Hello, I'm Andrew Selby, and these are 7 tips on how to choose a wedding photographer. The first thing you need to do before you look for a wedding photographer is ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I value wedding photography? 1 being wedding photography isn't that important, I might not even hire a wedding photographer, and 10 being wedding photography is the most important thing about your wedding day. And you're probably going to spend more on wedding photos than you are on anything else in your wedding. Figuring out how important wedding photography is to you and your fiance is going to help you guys determine how much your budget's going to be for wedding photography, how much coverage you guys want to get for your wedding, and how much time you want to set aside on your wedding day for formal portraits. Most photographers know how to take really good photos, so what you're looking for when you're on a photographer's website is if you can see yourself in their portfolio images. Are you more formal and want more pose portraits? Do you like light and airy photos or photos with more vivid colors? Now, you probably already know the style you like, but putting words to it can help you communicate with your fiance, letting them know what you like and what you don't like. Determining your budget will help you narrow down photographers that are too expensive and photographers that might be too cheap and inexperienced. Now, each region is going to be priced differently for wedding photography, so make sure you do your research. The more expensive the wedding photographer, the more you should expect in terms of the photographer's skill, the print products they are offering, and overall customer service. A $1,000 photographer might not have that much experience photographing weddings and might miss some moments because of it. They also might take a few months to deliver your wedding photos. Now, a $5,000 wedding photographer should be able to walk you through your entire wedding timeline. They're going to know exactly how much time each part of the wedding is going to take, and they'll help you determine things like whether you should do a first look or not. And they will have systems in place to make sure you get your wedding photos in a reasonable time. They also might help you professionally design and order a high quality wedding album. A more expensive wedding photographer will be able to give you a better overall experience and help you sleep better at night knowing that your wedding photos are going to turn out amazing. Each wedding photographer is going to have different packages based on how many hours they are hired to cover. If the ceremony and the beginning of the reception are the only things that are important to you to get covered, then you might be able to hire a more expensive photographer just for a little less time. Or if you decide that you want everything covered from getting ready to your grand exit, then you'll have to make sure that those hours are included in the package you guys are looking at. Having digital files of your wedding photos is one thing, but printing them and displaying them in your home is what most people choose to do with their wedding photos. Digital files can get deleted, USBs or CDs can get lost or go out of date, and in order to enjoy your wedding photos, you have to pull them up on your device and view them on there. Printing your wedding photos lets you enjoy them without having to worry about any of those issues. Most photographers provide full res digital files that you can print yourself, but if you already know you want a wedding album, it's a lot easier to find a photographer that's going to provide that for you than it is to try to design one and print one yourself. They are going to have access to album design software and are going to be able to not only design you an album that looks good, but tells your story of your wedding day in a very elegant way. Or if they're printing large wall art for you, they are going to calibrate their monitors to their lab and will make sure that the wedding photos turn out sharp and have good colors. Some photographers offer both photo and video coverage, and bundling them together is usually a lot cheaper than hiring separate photo and video teams. So if you're considering hiring a wedding videographer, it's worth it to check out photographers that do both. This is probably the most important tip. You should find a photographer that you enjoy being around. This is one of the most important days of your life, and the last thing you want to do is spend hours with a photographer that rubs you the wrong way. That's why it's important that both you and your fiance talk to photographers you are considering. You don't just want a photographer that's going to take pretty pictures. You want a photographer that's going to guide you every step of the way and is going to give you an experience that's going to make your day even more fun and special. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. My name's Andrew Selby. I'm going to be coming out with even more videos to help you plan your wedding day. And if you want to check out what I do as a wedding photographer, you can check out my website at andrewselbyphotography.com.